I'm not happy. It's Father's Day. And I was supposed to be taking a ride on my bike and my quad. And if you can't tell, it's sort of raining out there. Yeah. It's not that I can't go riding in rain. It's just not quite as fun as riding when it's nice outside. So I did fatherly duty responsibility crap on Saturday when it was gorgeous. And I just left the house and I never got 6 kilometers on the bike and it started raining. So I just came back. Whatever. It's just not as fun. Definitely not. So, what's my hobby when it's raining? Watches. Which, if I'm honest, got me a little bit crooked lately. Because, I don't know, I got responsibilities. Too many watches means I spent money on watches. What do you want me to say? Do you go through the same crap? So I'm a little cranky, so it's time for a dark rant. Anyways, automatic watches suck, is how I feel the past couple of weeks. So I've got in my possession probably 20 watches, of which I think probably 15 of them are automatic. And then my oldest kid has a couple of watches, probably 4 or 5. And most of those are Quartz. I've got almost 20 watches. Like 15 are automatic, 5 are Quartz. And my kid has about the same ratio, I think. He might have 4 or 5 watches. And I think it's like 1, 2... So it's like 2 automatics and 3 Quartzes in his collection. Recently, I went to his watch box to get a Seiko. It's a transition diver, 150 meter diver. It's like the grandfather or great grandfather to the SKX. So the transition diver, I think that's like a 7002. I got a video on it here somewhere. And so I pick it up, put it on wrist, non-hacking or hand winding. So I set the time, give it a little shake, put it on my wrist, and go on. And I realized the thing is burning. It's like 10 to 15 minutes fast on every 2 hours or something. So it's like, crap, this thing's just like, whatever, magnetized. I don't know. It was a pain in the butt. So I took the watch off, and that's being polite because I was upset. And maybe it's an easy fix. I think it is. Somebody told me last week it's like $10 for buying one of these units that demags watches, and maybe it's only a $5 or a $10 service at your watch maker. But anyways, it's a pain in the butt because I just want to pick up the watch and go. And so maybe it's due to my own ignorance around automatic watches. And as fun as they are, I don't know if it's fair to say, but what I find is in the dive watch, tool watch category, automatic watches tend to be what appeal to me. The designs of automatic watches tend to be, they have the bezels, loom, and they're just tooly, chunky, and the design elements of these watches are what I like. So I end up with a bunch of automatics in my collection that, I'm all of a sudden... Is it just a magnetization of that one Seiko 7002 that bothers me? Probably not, because I recently threw a couple of watches on a time grapher, and the stupid things are not great. So is it because they're not being worn? So the oils are gumming up? Are they just old and they need services? So if I was running a Quartz watch, so here's a Citizen field watch I've got. So you got to do a battery, well, not on that Citizen, but on a Quartz watch. Here's another one. my $10 Timex. $5 says I've only got to put a battery in that maybe every 2 years. And so that battery cost me, for a pack of 3, Le Chateau batteries at your local buck or two in Newfoundland is about $2.50 for 3 batteries. And so that's 6 years. I'm probably going to need buy new batteries, because those will probably be crap and leak out when this one actually gives up. So Quartz and automatic, this ongoing struggle between the Quartz families and the automatic families, and these little groupings of who likes what. Automatic is better. No. Quartz is better. So right now, Quartz is better. That's where I stand. Quartz is the bomb. Quartz is way better. My automatic watches got me all cranky and upset over the past 2 weeks because, so by comparison, a battery change to a servicing. If I had to take in a automatic watch for a service right now, and the interval of time between needing it serviced and needing to service your automatic movement versus changing the battery is probably, well, the frequency of time is definitely not the same. You know, you might get a year, 2 years out of a battery in a Quartz, depending on the Quartz, of course. I'm overgeneralizing here. And then an automatic movement, you can go maybe 5 years, based on the recommended intervals, maybe 5 years on most automatic watches, and you should have them serviced. So battery change every year or 2 years is $4 or $5. If you can do the battery change yourself, you're just buying the battery. And then a service, which I don't think most of us can do. I bet you maybe 99% of us cannot service our own watches in the automatic group of watches. You got an automatic movement, I'm bringing it to a watchmaker, and that's $300 to $400 maybe in Newfoundland, because we've got like 1, maybe 2 watchmakers, so they've monopolized it, and their prices are higher because they don't have the volume. So yeah, they've got their prices up. Otherwise, I've got to take my watch, package it up, and send it from Newfoundland to like Ontario or maybe Nova Scotia. So I'm probably going to send it to Ontario because I know a couple of guys, and you know, they're going to be nice about it for the most part, but they've got to make $1. So shipping the watch off. So is it a pain in the butt? It's probably not. The cost of ownership is probably the same. And again, this is an overgeneralization, but on your standard $200 to $500 Quartz watch, $0 to $500 maybe, your standard battery change is in Newfoundland is like $15 at a jewelry store. But that jewelry store gives you 0 warranty, and they warn you and they make you sign a little piece of paper. Hey, whatever happens when we change your battery, that's not our fault. What? That sucks. So I don't mind changing the battery myself. Changed the battery in this one this week, and that cost me $2. I changed the battery in another one, a Seiko, that I'll show in an upcoming video, a Seiko watch, and that cost me like $2 to change the battery. Obviously, if you've got an Eco Drive, and so Eco Drive, man, I'm just in love with the Eco Drive even more. Why? Because I don't have to change, if you change the battery, because I've got another Eco Drive that's easily 10 to 11 years, 12 years of ownership. I think it was like 2009, and this is 2021, so that's 11 or 12 years of ownership of a Citizen Eco Drive, and I've never had to change the battery. That's pretty good. I had to change the crystal in it because the crystal got scuffed up. But the automatic watches and my lifestyle don't jive together, and this week I feel like I'm not willing to, I'm not happy with the perceived amount of risk that I'm taking owning a number of automatic watches, because at some point they're all going to go to shit and need servicing because you don't wear them. So two things, and I've come full circle over last August, where I was cranky with myself for owning so many watches that I couldn't wear them in a regular rotation. They sat, not worn, not used, and it's a sign of a luxury amount of goods that I have, because there is nothing more useless at this point in time than wearing a watch when you've got your phone in your pocket telling you better time than your automatic. So today, having my ATV, which I can't ride because it's freaking raining, so ownership of that thing and maintenance on that, and then the maintenance on the watch. So it's a dark day for me. I'm just cranky, I guess. So thinking about watches, thinking about YouTube watch videos. Everybody's always, because this is the nature of YouTube watch reviewers, you had to be at 11, positivity. This watch just is great, brilliant in the light, wrist play, wrist presence, bleh. Okay, that's how I feel about it today. It's all crap, because you can only maintain, where's the reality? You can only maintain so many automatic watches, the common person, before I'm going to be looking at 10 plus watches that are all automatic movements needing servicing, like year over year over year, at a point soon where I'm going to wear them one day and they're not going to work, or there's going to be a bit of condensation on the inside of the glass one day, and it's going to need servicing. And so no one, okay, maybe it's my perception of the market, no one talks about cost of ownership quite as often. I love watches. I don't believe that automatic watches are what I should have most in my collection. I believe I should have more quartz. So if I went out today, go for a ride on the quad, do you honestly believe, as a watch owner, that the automatic watch is going to take the punishment of holding onto the handlebar of that bike for 6 hours, 8 hours? The vibrations in your shoulders and arms are constant, and really, I probably shouldn't be wearing an automatic watch on those days, so I don't anymore. I work in an industry where the equipment I'm working around is magnetized, a lot of carbon steels, and the magnetization in them is constant. I'm going to wreck a watch. It's going to happen. And am I going to be okay with it? No, I'm not going to be okay with it. Automatic watches suck. I'm going to be so cranky the day that I magnetize another watch or wreck it because I can't do anything with it. Maybe it's due to my location and ease of access to servicing, like a watchmaker. Because I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it right in the pocketbook the day I have to take the Seiko. That's another story I'll tell you shortly. The day I've got to take them in for servicing, I'm not going to be able to get it done here. One of two things, because it's easier for me to ship it away, and then shipping it comes with maybe a certain amount of risk, but not a whole lot. But I've got to ship it away, and if I've got a $750 watch and I'm cheaping out on the shipping, and I lose that watch, then I'm going to be out. The insurance on the shipping. Servicing a watch in Newfoundland is going to be sucky unless you have a Rolex or some sort of Swiss watch, because we have a Rolex AD, and of course if you crank out 10 grand for a watch, you better be able to get things serviced. I wouldn't buy it if I couldn't get it warranty guaranteed servicing and then shipment. That's all their problem, not mine. If the watch comes back and it's still not working, that's their problem at 10 grand. But at $400 to $500, $600 for a Seiko or whatever. So we'll just use Seiko. So there's a watchmaker here in Newfoundland who is a reputable watchmaker, but feels like a Seiko watch is not worth repairing. And he's told me I wanted to do a gasket change on the old Seiko that my oldest kid has, that transition diver. $15 OEM gasket set. I had it in my hand. Walked in, said, "Hey, here's the Seiko. Here's the gasket set. Would you do the change on those? Because I don't want to." And he's like, "Nope, watch is not worth spending the money." So he was going to charge like $80 to do it, and he didn't feel that the watch was worth it. He said, "Chuck the watch, put that $80 into a new one on my shelf." What? No, I don't want to do that. So I'm looking at my timer here now. I'm 15 minutes into ranting about automatic watches because it rained today. The only place I can bring this stuff out is here. This is who else am I going to talk to? So I phone Bob. Time to go. Travel in timepieces. I phone Bob and I rant like this. And he's a really good help. No, he listens, but I wanted to put it out on YouTube on my channel here to see how much feedback I get, which won't be a whole lot because I have so many, because I have such few subscribers. A huge thank you to the subscribers I do have, and to those who take the time to comment back. So I think, they're pretty great. So I might get 4 or 5 comments per video. My average viewing rate right now is like maybe 40 views a week per video. Whatever. Quartz is the bomb. Quartz is the only way for me to go. I should only have Quartz watches in my collection because those are things that those are the only types of watches that fit my lifestyle. I could have a couple automatics. I don't wear them to work. I shouldn't. What I should do is not be wearing those to work, not be wearing those in the yard, not be wearing those when I'm out on my ATV. That's my rant. I should have Citizen Eco Drive watches. I should have a battery operated some sort of Quartz watch. G-Shocks. I don't have one yet. At the Timex, maybe I should go out and pick up a G-Shock, because Quartz watches are the only thing that are going to stand up to my lifestyle. I think that's a fair assessment. Because I'm not going to be a happy person. Oh my God, 17 minutes. We're done. I'm just ranting now. Thanks for stopping by. Leave your comments below. Have a wonderful day.